In today's video, I'm going to be demonstrating and reviewing the Rotor on the iPhone. All right, let's go get into it. Hey everyone, this is Matt. Welcome back to another Blind to Billionaire video, and I'm holding my iPhone up because we're going to be discussing the Rotor. Now the Rotor is a little bit confusing, but hopefully I can break it down into different segments in this video and make sense of what it does and why a person would possibly want to use the Rotor. So let's get into it and describe really briefly what the Rotor is, and then I will get into describing in more detail and actually demonstrating how we use this thing. So in brief terms, what is the Rotor? It's an invisible dial on your iPhone screen. So when you access the Rotor, it's going to give you multiple different options and settings so that you can more easily and efficiently navigate through your iPhone, the screens, the pages. That's basically what it does. I'm going to demonstrate how to use the Rotor, and then I'm actually at the end or later in the video, I'm going to show you how you can actually customize all of the different settings within the Rotor, so you can actually take certain parts of the Rotor out, or you can add in different features into the Rotor so you can actually customize it yourself. But I'll get into that afterward. But I'll demonstrate first how we're going to use the Rotor and just really basically how you get into it and how you use it. So now before I do, let me tell you about the finger gestures on how you can use the Rotor. So how I use it is I take two fingers, my index finger and my middle finger, and I basically do I move up with my index finger and down with my middle finger simultaneously. So I put both fingers on the screen, I move one up and move the other one down, and that's how I toggle between the different settings of the Rotor. So if you kind of imagine, maybe you at some point in your life have taken these two fingers and you kind of walk across the table like it's a little guy with two little legs walking around. Just picture those two fingers on your screen and they're basically like walking in place. So that's how you can toggle between the different features on the Rotor, and then you can go into each one of them specifically and use each feature. So let's get into a quick demonstration of how you actually get into the Rotor and use some of the different features, and then I'll show you how to customize it. So I'll see you on the iPhone. Okay, so here we are. I have my iPhone out and Corey is showing the screen. And in just a second here, I'm going to be flicking between all of the different options on the Rotor, which I have customized in there. But what you see on the screen, if you're able to see the screen, I basically just went into news on my phone here and just have an article pulled up, which is going to allow me to just kind of flick through it a little bit and show some of the features of the Rotor. Now, occasionally through this video, if you see me just doing randomly tapping on my screen, basically I'm doing that to make her stop talking. I'm doing it to make the voiceover stop talking because it just talks a lot, and that's just me making it stop. So basically, like I said in just the previous little video clip, I'm going to take two fingers, my index finger and my middle finger. I'm going to put them on the screen simultaneously. I'm going to swipe up with one and down with the other, and that's going to toggle between the different settings of the Rotor. So let's get into it, and I'll go through the different options, and then I'll choose one and demonstrate a little bit. So here we go, and let's see what it says. I'm going to turn my volume up a little for a second. All right, so here we go. Links.
Images. Headings. Containers. Speaking rate. Words. Characters. Links.
Okay, so I made my way all the way around. So like I said later, or I should have said earlier, like I said earlier in the video, it's basically an invisible dial on your screen. So if you want to picture like a clock with noon at the top, 3, 6, and 9 around, or if you want to picture something more like a rotary phone, 1 through 9 going around, or 1 through 9 plus 0, it's basically like that. So if you continue going around the Rotor, eventually you'll make your way all the way around like I just did, and then yeah, so those are the different options within the Rotor. So I'm going to go back a few and select on a couple of these different ones and then show you how it works. But basically when I select one of these different options, I can use the vertical flicking feature with my one finger, and that will toggle between the different settings within each of the specific settings of that one. Let me just show you. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to describe Rotor because I feel like it's a little bit elaborate.
Images.
I'm going to go
Links. Character. Words. Speaking rate.
I'm going to go to speaking rate, for example. So I'm on speaking rate right now. That's what I just selected with the rotor. So now if I use the flicking gesture, it's going to increase the speaking rate or decrease the speaking rate. So let's show you with this, the one finger vertical flick up, flick down.
65%, 70%, 75%, 80%.
So I'm flicking up, and obviously it's going up by 5% increments, so I'll go back down.
75, 70, 60, 60%, 55%.
Okay, so that's speaking rate. If let's say I want to go to the next one, which is words, let me go over there.
Words.
So now I'm on words. What does words mean? So I have an article pulled up on news right now on my phone, and I'll show you how words works. Basically, if I just touch my screen, wherever it is on that article, if I do that flicking gesture again, the vertical flicking gesture, I can actually flick my way through the article word by word. So let me just demonstrate.
Bushfires. And it's been.
Bushfires. They're talking about the Australian bushfires. So let me use that vertical flicking feature, and then we can flick our way through the article word by word.
Bushfires. And it's been around for 50,000 years. Updated. 6.
So as you can see, word by word, we're navigating through the article using words. Now, if I actually wanted to break it down even further, I could make my way through the article character by character. So the next gesture or the next option on Rotor is character, and then let me show you how that works.
Characters.
So now I've changed the Rotor to characters, and now I'm going to use the vertical flicking feature, like I was just showing you, to navigate through the article literally character by character. So here we go.
4, 6, space, cap P, cap M, space, cap E, cap S, cap T.
So apparently it's reading a time to me, 4:56 p.m., but I can just keep going.
Space, cap J, A, N, U, A, R, Y, space, 1, 2, comma.
So it basically just said January 12th.
Space, 2.
But anyway, it's reading it character by character. So those are a few different features of of the Rotor here on VoiceOver. And again, there are a ton of different options that you can get into with the Rotor, but I just wanted to demonstrate these few. And again, if you just want to flick through the different options available on Rotor, you basically just put your 2 fingers on the screen. Some people will say that you have to make a circular motion. As you can see in my demonstration, you certainly don't have to go circular at all. You can just take your 2 fingers and simultaneously move up with one and down with the other, and that will toggle between, as you can see I can do here.
Updated 646, links, images. Updated 640, headings. Updated 6, edit. Updated 6:46 p.m.
There we go. So let me get into the iPhone under settings, and I will show you how you can customize the Rotor and how you can actually customize all the different settings, not the settings, but like the different options that are available within the Rotor. So let's go over to settings, and I'll show you how to get into it.
News.
So I'm going to go into settings, and then I will show you where to find it under accessibility.
Wallet. Settings. Settings. Emergency SOS. Battery. But general. Button. General. Control center. Display and screen time. Do not disturb. Screen time. General. Control. Display and accessibility.
Oh, there's it. Okay, so accessibility. Now, just to let you know, I'm using an iPhone XR. Now, depending on the phone that you have or the version of iOS that you're running on your phone, under settings, it's probably going to look a little bit different, but on this one, it's going to be under accessibility. So I'm just going to double tap on that, and then we'll open it up and get into it.
Accessibility features help.
So I'm in accessibility. The top option is VoiceOver. I'm going to double click on that.
Accessibility vision. VoiceOver on. VoiceOver on.
So now somewhere here under VoiceOver is Rotor. I'm going to flick my way down and then find Rotor, and then I'll double tap to open it up. So here, let me find it.
Speaking rate, speed, verbose, braille, audio, command, active, Rotor, button.
So there's Rotor. I'll double tap to open it up.
Selected, characters.
So now here under Rotor are all of the different options that are available to add or take out of the Rotor. Now, as you noticed in mine, I only had about, let's just say 5, maybe 6 different features available within my Rotor, but if you're able to see the screen, which I can't see the screen, but I've gone through this page before, there are a lot of different options, and I'm going to be completely honest with you, I don't even know what half of these do. I don't know what they mean, what they do, but you'd have to play around with it, maybe do your own research, or just do your own experimenting. Maybe add it to your rotor, play around with it, and just see what it does and if it's going to work for you and what you need on your iPhone. So let me flick through some of these and show you some of the different options that are available to add to your rotor. And to add it, basically all you do is just double tap on it and it's added. Also, one other thing, on this page here, you can rearrange the rotor. So for example, as you noticed on mine, it said speaking rate, words, characters. I liked that order, but if I wanted to rearrange the order of that, I would be able to do it on this screen. And under each of these different options, there's a little tag or a little line that says reorder. But anyway, let me flick through some of these so you can hear some of the different options available on Rotor.
Selected. Speaking rate.
Speaking rate, so it's selected. That's one of them that I have on mine.
Reorder speaking rate. Volume.
Volume.
Reorder audio ducking.
Audio ducking.
Reorder punctuation.
Punctuation.
Reorder sounds.
Sounds.
Reorder hints.
Hints.
Braille screen input.
Braille screen input.
Reorder handwriting.
Handwriting.
Reorder selected. Containers.
Containers. I actually don't even know what that does. I don't use it, but it's on there anyway.
Reorder selected. Headings. Reorder selected. Links. Reorder selected. Form control. Reorder tables. Reorder lists. Reorder landmarks. Reorder articles. Reorder visited links. Reorder non-visited links. Reorder buttons. Reorder buttons. Text fields. Reorder search fields. Reorder images. Reorder static text.
So anyway, as you can see, you can go through this yourself too, but there are just a lot of different options that you can add into the rotor. And it comes customized, basically new with the phone. When you buy a new phone or when you have a new phone, it comes with a few different settings in it, but you can go through here and customize, like I've been saying. You can take some out, you can add more in, and then it's just really nice. You can access the rotor from any page on your iPhone, whether you're searching around on Safari, whether you're in a text message, maybe you are in the App Store. It doesn't really matter. Anywhere on the iPhone, you can use this two-finger motion that I've been showing you, and that will access the rotor, and you can choose any of the different options or settings and then go through there that way. And it's a really nice way, and it's to navigate and have the options at your fingertips literally anytime when you're navigating through the phone using VoiceOver. Okay, so that is a demonstration and review of the rotor on the iPhone. I know it is a lot. I know it's a little bit confusing at times, but I think once you start playing with it and get familiar with it a little bit more, you'll probably be using the rotor quite a bit. I use mine multiple times a day. I find it to be really helpful, and it's just a quick, easy way to access different features using VoiceOver. It's an awesome feature. I love it. At first, I didn't really realize what the rotor is and how to use it and how to access it. But after getting a little bit more familiar with it, I really, really like it. And once you customize it, I think you're going to love it too. If you have any questions of any kind, feel free to stick those down below, and I'll do whatever I can to help you, walk you through any problems that you're having or any other questions you may have regarding the rotor. So if you have any other suggestions on things you want to see on the iPhone, I can definitely do that for you. Just let me know, and I can hopefully work on that. Okay, so let's get into the shout out for today. I want to give a shout out to a good friend here on the channel, someone I actually did a collaboration with a few months ago, Cayla with a C from the channel Cayla with a C. But anyway, I'm not only giving Cayla a shout out, but I also want to, I'm actually doing a little bit of an experiment. So Cayla, hopefully you're sticking around, you're still watching this. But one really cool thing here on YouTube is that if you give somebody a shout out who has 1,000 or more subs, there's actually a little tab on your YouTube app where it actually shows mentions, as in people who have given you shout outs. So I've never, I don't know, I've been playing around with that little tab a little bit, and I thought, oh, apparently you have to do it for somebody that has over 1,000 subs. And I thought, Cayla will be a perfect person to do an experiment with. So Cayla, if you're still sticking around and you're watching this, go over and check out that tab on your YouTube app, not the studio, but the other app, just the normal YouTube app, and check under mentions under the inbox and see if you see a shout out from me. I thought that'd be pretty cool if it shows up on there. But anyway, Cayla's been an awesome friend on the channel here. She also has RP just like me, and we did that collaboration a few months ago, which was a lot of fun. And yeah, I decided it'd be time to give her one. So thanks again, Cayla, for being such an awesome friend. And yeah, let me know if that little shout out shows up in your mentions tab under the inbox tab on your YouTube app. I thought it'd be pretty cool. Anyway, have a great week, everybody, and I'll probably see you again on Thursday. Otherwise, like I said earlier, if you have any comments or questions, leave those down below, and I'll do whatever I can to help you out. Thanks for watching this. See you soon.